Have you ever seen Megatron tighten his grip on the entire planet of Cybertron? Surely not. You won't find this anywhere except in Transformers' leadership. This is a brand new philosophical story of my own creation, through which I reintroduce the Transformers universe in a deep philosophical and political style. If you are watching me for the first time, you must go back and watch the first episode of the series titled The Rise of Destiny to understand the current events. Don't forget to subscribe, support the channel, and let's begin. The episode begins in Darkmount Castle, where Megatron commands Shockwave and Soundwave to head towards the city of Hex, saying, "Find what I requested from Unicron's laboratory there." Soundwave replies, "Are you certain we will find what you requested from us there, my lord?" Megatron answers him, "My future and the future of all Decepticons depend on it. Therefore, you must find it." Shockwave says, "We will ensure it is found at any cost, my lord." The space bridge portal opens, and they head towards Unicron's laboratory. Megatron continues, "You, Starscream, go with Airachnid to the gladiatorial arena, repair the prisons and make them fortified. As for you, Blitzwing, go to the room adjacent to the arena, count the number of bombs there, and catalog the arsenal of destructive weapons." They reply, "As you command, Lord Megatron." Then he shouts, "Wing brothers, follow me!" He runs and transforms into a jet, with the brothers flying right behind him, soaring away from the castle. Starscream glares at them in anger, muttering to himself, "If it weren't for luck, you wouldn't be alive today, Megatron." We cut from the castle to the city of Voss, which the cons use as a military airfield. Megatron and the Wing brothers land in front of a giant, half-dismantled robot body. Its chassis is scorched, its engines are torn apart, and its internal components are clearly exposed. It was Astrotrain. The Decepticons stop their repairs and approach Megatron, kneeling before him. They were Ramjet, Acid Storm, Skywarp, Nova Storm, and Thrust. Thrust says, "Welcome, my lord. I assume you have come to inspect the repairs on Astrotrain." Ramjet adds, "The damage is severe. The repair process will take a longer time, my lord." Acid Storm chimes in, "Please do not consider this a shortcoming on our part, my lord." Nova Storm states, "Furthermore, we will need specific spare parts along with advanced wiring." Skywarp completes the thought. What she means is electrified wiring to jumpstart Astrotrain's dormant vital organs, so we can determine exactly what needs fixing. Dreadwing asks, "Did those weak Autobots do all this to him?" Megatron replies, "Yes, it was done by the Ranger team, which was led by Sentinel. Instead of facing him from the outside, they breached him from within. They planted bombs inside him and destroyed him." Skyquake asks, "But my lord, that team no longer exists. How were they wiped out?" Megatron answers in a dark tone, "They were annihilated thanks to the Stunticons before their betrayal to me." He adds, "Stop the repairs immediately. I need everyone battle-ready." He then transforms and takes off directly into the sky, flying toward the city of Tarn, which serves as a prison for prisoners of war. Megatron lands in front of the cons guarding the city. As soon as they see him, they step forward and kneel. They were Oil Slick, Striker, Dirge, Shadow Striker, and Blackout. Megatron asks, "What have you done with the Autobot aerial squad? Have they told you what they know?" Oil Slick replies, "Their leader was stubborn. That Jetfire, it took 20 doses of my gas before he screamed just his own name." Striker laughs and says, "But his comrades couldn't endure much. Their sparks faded, unfortunately." Dirge adds, "He watched his team die, yet he never begged for mercy. Never." Shadow Striker says, "We kept him alive because he possesses a wealth of crucial information for us." Blackout shouts, "The aerial squad commander will not break easily, and that is what makes breaking him so much more enjoyable." Megatron laughs and says, "Leave him for now and prepare yourselves. I may need you in the upcoming battle." Then he transforms and flies away, continuing his inspection tour. Now, he is over the city of Polyhex, which consists of underground energon caverns containing harvesting stations and a main collection and transport hub. Megatron descends in front of 4 minor Decepticons who are drinking a volatile liquid substance secreted by the energon crystals during harvesting. They were Scrapper, Mixmaster, Longhaul, and Drillbit. Skyquake says, "I do not comprehend how they can drink that substance. Doesn't it intoxicate their processors?" The reason for their dim-wittedness is quite clear to me now. Megatron answers him. Despite their lack of intellect, I possess their absolute loyalty. They are endowed with colossal strength. They will crush any Autobot that approaches this place, and they will sacrifice their sparks to protect it. Dreadwing says, "My lord, excuse me, but I do not understand how you rely on these bots to harvest and protect the Energon from the Autobots. Don't you see they are somewhat dim-witted?" Megatron replies, "Disguised pleasure is a form of control. Megatronus Prime himself used to say, 'He who desires eternal obedience must grant his followers something they cannot live without.'" Scrapper shouts, "Better than any fuel we've ever known. This is true bliss." Mixmaster laughs and says, "Every sip makes me feel like I can destroy a star." Longhaul looks toward Megatron. "My lord, aren't you proud of us? The extraction hasn't stopped for a single second." Drillbit adds, "We are resting now. Forgive us for sitting in your presence, my lord." Megatron smiles, raises his hand and says, "Continue drilling, and soon we will use this Energon not just to break the Autobots, but to silence their voices forever." Mixmaster shouts, "As long as there is fuel, we are with you, Megatron." Megatron laughs, then transforms and flies away from the caverns. He heads to Nova City, which they rapidly seized control of following the death of Alpha Trion. Megatron stands before the Golden Headquarters, which had been previously destroyed by Ultra Magnus, but now stands tall once more, surrounded by guard towers and active energy fences. 5 Decepticons step forward, standing respectfully in a straight line. They were Thundercracker, Hotlink, Sunstorm, Bludgeon, and Slipstream. Thundercracker bows slightly and says, "My lord, as you can see, we rebuilt the headquarters in record time. The structure is far more fortified than before." Hotlink adds proudly, "We have doubled the energy barriers. Any attack similar to what Ultra Magnus did will be thwarted before it even begins." With a glowing smile, Sunstorm says, "And while digging beneath the building we found something fascinating, my lord." Megatron raises an eyebrow and asks, "What is it?" Bludgeon answers, "We found an underground chamber containing stasis pods. Inside them are Decepticon soldiers who belonged to Galvatron's units in the past, and they are currently in stasis sleep." Slipstream asks, "I wonder how they ended up there, and why they weren't in prison with us." Megatron laughs and says, "Most likely, after the end of the war, the Autobots did not find enough space to imprison them all with us in Kaon, so they chose to freeze them and bury them here. I have searched for them for a long time to annex them into my forces and multiply my military strength." Skyquake says, "My lord, are you planning to free them then?" Dreadwing comments, "They will aid us in battles. They are easy to control because they only require orders from a higher Decepticon authority, as they are mere infantry." Megatron responds, "Open the pods, free my soldiers, and distribute them across the cities. This way, I can ensure the cities are secure when I begin executing my grand plan." Suddenly, Starscream contacts Megatron and says, "My lord, the leader of the Huntercons, Lockdown, is here. He says he has brought what you requested of him." Megatron laughs and says, "Excellent. Wing brothers, attend to the soldiers and then meet me at the castle. Starscream, I am on my way. Open the space bridge." Here we reach the end of today's episode of Transformers Leadership, where we saw how Megatron continues to build his empire and expand his control over Cybertron. But what is coming next will be even more dangerous as he approaches the execution of his grand plan. So if you want to know what Megatron is aiming for, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and support us by liking and sharing the video, and we will see you in the next issue.